Hey mates, welcome to Fighnimates and welcome to the first episode of Draw Your OC. I hope you like the intro. My friend Nine created it for the series. He's an excellent animator. So yeah, the first episode, I've kept you guys waiting for a while. But yeah, it's finally here. Like I said, Draw Your OC is going to be a bi-weekly series, so I still have time to do other things on the YouTube channel. Before I get talking about the series, the first original character drawing is by Gamma, her original character Gyako Uta. To let you guys know the order of how I draw the submissions, it's just by who first submitted and then second and then third. It just goes so forth. So yeah, if you didn't see your OC get drawn in the first episode and you did submit it before I released the first episode, that means I'll probably draw it in the next episode, or I'm already working on it. The amount of submissions is surprisingly more than I expected, but it still isn't too much. So I think I can still get to every single submission and just draw them. So yeah, please don't let that discourage you, and keep submitting your original character. I'll leave the link in a card, in a video card, the suggestion card. To the first episode, the first announcement video, which shows how you can submit your original character and has the rules. So yeah, that's check that out. And her original character, she sent me a description of the character so I read them, but I think it's too much to read to you guys. So I just her character is pretty cool, and I like this expression. Like when I'm drawing the original characters, I'm looking at the example drawing that gets sent, that you guys sent to me. So yeah, I try to incorporate the description, but I'll mainly just focus on the example image to use in my interpretation of your original character. So yeah, just to let you guys know that. Like I said, Draw Your OC is going to be bi-weekly, because working on the first episode gave me kind of an idea of how long it takes for me to draw your original characters and then produce the episode. So yeah, it took longer than I expected, but I think the reason for that is because I decided to do 5 original character drawings for the first episode. I can already tell you guys, I won't be doing that for every episode because that is just a crazy amount of work. But I think every now and then, if I have free time, I'll see if I can do as much original character illustrations as possible. But yeah, just to start off the series with for episode 1, I did 5 illustration drawings. So yeah, I hope you guys appreciate it. If you're one of the people whose OC I drew in this episode, let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm really curious. I hope I didn't disappoint anybody. I gave all original characters my best. So yeah, please keep that in mind. And actually, talking about Gamma, she kind of locked out, because with her original character, I kind of went all out, and I think about 4 hours, maybe longer, that I just put into her characters and basically just fully rendered it. So I kind of told myself I can't do this for every original character, because that will take me quite a while and it will take even longer to produce an episode. So after the first OZ drawing, I gave myself a time limit of I think 2 hours max, which makes the other illustration seem a bit more sketch. So yeah, that's the final result of Gamma's illustration. I hope you like it. So yeah, the second original character drawing is from Jacob. You guys might know him as Falijev, or he changed his channel name to Faliet. Still can't pronounce it, man, but yeah, he's a really awesome. He does a lot of oil paintings on his YouTube channel and just traditional drawings a lot. So yeah, check him out. I think you'll like his channel. All the social media links to all the people's whose OC I drew in this episode, you'll find it in the description. So be sure to check out the description so you can go follow them. But yeah, I like this illustration and the concept he had going, so I tried to stick close with it. I played a lot with the colors because he used a lot of colorful colors, if that actually makes sense. But yeah, I like working on his illustration a lot. And what I've actually been trying to do in Clip Studio Paint is I completely want to switch from Photoshop to Clip Studio Paint for many different reasons. But I'm really used to painting in Photoshop, sorry. So I really want to learn how to paint in Clip Studio Paint so I can kind of put Photoshop to the side. But they have two very different brush engines, and if I'm completely honest, I do like the brush engine in Photoshop better, but I think that has to do because I just know how it works and I know how to paint in it. And I know there was a time when I was really struggling with Photoshop, and I had to watch a lot of tutorials and just simply do a lot of drawings before I got the hang of it. So I'll just have to do the same for Clip Studio Paint, and then I'll just figure out how I actually paint in it. And actually, doing the Draw Your OC is a cool exercise, and it's a cool experiment for just me experimenting with your original characters and learning all the different types of brushes and how to paint in Clip Studio Paint, because I recently bought a lot of brushes, and I still have to go through all of them to just figure out what every single brush can be used for, and that is quite a task if I'm honest. So yeah. Closing to the end, like I said, some of the original characters will seem a bit more sketched because I limited myself and I didn't want to go overboard, so I could do draw as many OCs as possible. But I do like the drawing, the original character original character interpretation of Jacob's OC. So yeah. Very cool. I really like this. This might be one of my favorite from the bunch I drew. I know I shouldn't play favorites, but I really like this illustration. So yeah, that was really cool. You'll see the final result in a few seconds, and I really like the butterfly on the top of her head that is perched there, and the overall expression and the hair flowing down into the water. It's a very serene looking illustration. Let's just say that, guys. So yeah, I hope you liked it. If you're new to this series and you want to know how to get your original character drawn, just check out the first video, the announcement video of the Draw Your OC series. And in that video, I talk about the rules and how you can get your OC drawn, and the different way to submit your original character illustration. So yeah, check that out. I'll leave that in the description below, or as a suggestion card above, so you can just tap that information card and see the suggested videos for this episode. So yeah, the third original character drawing is the OC Ash by Artblock. He also goes by Monkey Lamp on Instagram, and Artblock is his YouTube channel name, which is a pretty funny name, Artblock. You know, that's a familiar concept with artists. And I like drawing his original character Ash. He had this really cool markings on his bodies that I got to play with, and to make the illustration a bit more interesting, I tilted his head a bit to the side, you know, because I already did the front facing original character illustration with the OC Gyako Uta by Gamma. So to make it a bit more interesting and not to have all the drawings look the same, I tilted his head to the side, to the 3/4. You call that in the art world. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And with his character, I tried a bit more of a different painted look, because I found this brush that I really liked using, and this brush actually gave me a bit of a rendered look on the piece, but I achieved the result faster because I still had the 2-hour limit that I gave myself. You'll see in a few seconds what I mean. So yeah, about the Draw Your OC, like I said, it being bi-weekly, and I think the episodes after this will be me drawing 2 or 3 original characters, because this episode is I think it's a bit longer. I'm guessing it will be around the 18 minutes, and I usually don't make long videos because I know that people have short attention span on YouTube. Not to be mean or anything, but it's basically you watch a video and after it gets boring or it just goes on too long, you see something interesting at the side and you click it and you're gone from the video. So that's why I'm trying to avoid long videos. But I guess like in this kind of series where I'm drawing your OCs, I think the episodes can be a bit longer. You can always fast forward to the part where I'm drawing your OC. I don't mind that. So yeah, like you can see with the original character Ash by Artblock, I have this cool painted look that I really liked, and I didn't like spend too much time to achieve that. So that's something I'll definitely keep in mind. So I liked it, and the markings on his face, very cool character. Go check Art Block out. His link is in the description, and you'll see the final result now. Magic, people, editing magic. No, I'm joking. So the fourth original character is Lily Gray Cipher, I think her name is, by Ruby Burr 20 Gaming. I'll call her Ruby because I don't think I can mess up Ruby. So yeah, I liked her character, but I did struggle a bit with her, if I'm honest. And I think the part where I was struggling most with the character was the hair, because like in her illustration she had this a bit of a wild hair thing going, and I tried to mimic it in my interpretation, but I just couldn't get it right because I didn't think the wild hair was working on my interpretation. So I kind of had to find a way to get the hair how I wanted, and I went with a more streamlined, like neat kind of hairstyle, which doesn't really resemble the representation image of her original character, but I do think it works on my interpretation. So yeah, I hope she doesn't mind. And I did like her color palette because you have this yellow on blue, which makes her character really pop. They kind of complement each other by being opposites, which is pretty cool. So I really tried to keep the same color palette on her character. And I think she did send a character description. I won't be reading the description. I do know that some people, when they're doing the Droya OC series, they like to read aloud the character descriptions. But I'm more like I like to talk more about my process and drawing the characters and giving tips here and there. So I hope you don't mind me not looking at the character descriptions. They're more like extra bonus information that I can or cannot do something with. Very confusing, but that's kind of how I view it and how I want this series to be. So yeah, of course, let me know what you think about the first episode. Should I like make the episode shorter in the future? I think they will be shorter in the future because I won't be doing too many drawings. I won't be doing 5 drawings every episode. I can already tell you that much because I was drawing really a while. So yeah, like you can see, throwing in some colors on it. I made my colors a bit darker than on her. She is more of that lemon blonde, and I went more of that for that orange blonde. So yeah, kind of choices I make to because I think it will work better. Please don't get mad because I changed simple things like color and design choices. I think it's about my interpretation, and hopefully you guys can learn something from my designs, like how I took a go at designing your character. You never know if you just maybe look at it. And I did do something very cool with her character, like on her interpretation, on her example image of her character, you see that there are flames coming from the heart, and the heart spreading love, so I kept that. But I placed the flames inside of the heart, and I decided to animate them because not really animate the flames moving, but animate little sparks, like flame bits coming from the bigger flames. And it was pretty surprisingly easy to do, and I might do a tutorial on how to add small animations to illustrations because it's easy and a lot of fun to see. And that's what I've been trying to do with my illustrations a bit more. Whenever I see the opportunity to add like small animated bits, I like to take it. So yeah, don't go expecting that I'm going to be doing this for every single original character, or I'll be doing this more often. It's more that I saw an opportunity and I took it because I was very curious, and I did like the result. So I hope Ruby also likes it because it's pretty cool. Like you can see, it's moving sparks. Yay! So yeah, and the last original character is the OC Fasilisa. I hope I pronounced that right. By Symmetry. You can follow her on Instagram. Of course, the link will be in the description below. So yeah, her original character, she was the first to actually ask for some constructive criticism on her cartooning style. So that was a lot of fun for me. I'll try to give some pointers on her, but I have a lot of positive things to say about her cartooning style. What I tried to do with her original character, because I kind of struggled with it, because I noticed that I don't draw a lot of kids or younger characters, and younger characters have this kind of childish appearance, and I was kind of struggling to get that with the mostly with the body. Like the face wasn't too much of a struggle for me, but trying to get the body proportions right to seem like a young girl, that was kind of the struggle for me. Like on her cartooning style, what I think she has going for her is she knows how to express body language with her illustrations, and that is something that is necessary for cartooning, because the cartooning is a bit exaggerating emotion, movement, intention, certain things. So with cartooning, you need to know how to exaggerate what you're trying to convey to the audience, and that's what she's doing with her character. Because how I see it, her character is kind of in this situation, this awkward or embarrassing situation, and she's maybe lying or trying to get out of it or denying something. And on her illustration, on her original character illustration, you can see that through the body language. So that's something, like, I was looking at her drawing and I'm like, damn, that's a good pose, like how she's a bit insecure. So I'm going to try to stick as closely as possible to that as I can. And I did that because I really like the pose. So, like, my tips for her are work a bit more on your facial expressions and your facial features, like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, for cartooning, because that's a place where you can work some more and kind of exaggerate, play around with different noses, mouths, eyes, because the body language and I would say the proportions are also a good, like the basics of that you got under control. So if you work a bit more on your face and the features and the expressions, you'll really like master your cartooning style in no time. And if you just keep at it, keep practicing, you'll be a great artist someday. So yeah, keep it up, and that's all I can say. The video is coming to an end. If you're new to this series and you would like to have your OC drawn, check the first drawing, the announcement video in how to submit. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to leave a comment, especially if you're the person whose OC I drew. I would love to know what you mean. Hit the notification button so you don't miss a video from Fighnimates ever. And yeah, guys, I don't have much more to say. I like doing this Draw Your OC. It really was quite a lot of fun, so I hope I can do more episodes. And as always, don't forget to stay awesome. Peace.